Hello dear, welcome to English Needs channel. Now I am going to explain you the contents of the poem Invictus written by William Ernest Henley. Before I start explaining the contents of this, I want to give you some background about this. It is imperative to know the background, then only you can understand the poem well. The poet, that is Henley, was attacked by tuberculosis of the bone. In simple terms, we can say bone TB. When he was just 12 years old, he had to lose one of his legs because of that TB. These days, so many improvements have taken place in surgery. It is not that painful now, but that time it was very painful. Losing a leg definitely is a huge setback for anybody's life. And naturally, the poet undergoes deep sorrow. After some times, the surgeon again says that his other leg also had to be cut. Otherwise, it would cause danger to his life. Life is more important than a leg. Henley makes up his mind to retain the leg somehow. Then he goes to Joseph Lister, the then very famous, world famous surgeon, and as expected, Joseph Lister performs multiple surgeries and his leg was retained. But during all this time, it was hellish. Those were the darkest days of his life. Had it been somebody else, he would have committed suicide. But Henley was not of that kind. How he faces all these odds, how these painful days is the crux of this. He wrote this poem at that time. It is highly inspirational poem for anyone who faces such difficult situations, and he is a model for us. Now, stanza by stanza, I am going to explain you. Now, the first stanza. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole. So, pit here means a hell. Normally, we believe that hell is dark. And from pole to pole means from north pole to south pole, or the world. But it is only symbolic. The poet means to say that it is his world, his life is in darkness. That too, what type of darkness it is? Like a pit it is, like a hell it is. First he says, out of the night. It means he has come out of it. He had been suffering. He had been in that hellish darkness for a long time, and now he is out of it. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Now he gives credit to the gods here. Whatever may be, that means I do not know who is that God who helped me to sustain all these things, to face all these things with courage and unmoved, unconquerable soul. That means his soul was not defeated. That means nobody, no fate could ever defeat his soul or defeat him. But he gives a credit to the God. He believes that some God has helped him to come out of this darkness. Second stanza. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. In the fell clutch of circumstance. Circumstance means here difficult situations. Fell clutch means very harsh clutch. Clutch in the sense grip. It is a hard grip. Whose hard grip was this? Fate. Unfortunately, he was under the grip of the fate. That troubled him a lot. So he says that grip was so very tight. He was in that grip. I have not winced nor cried aloud. Winced means to become cringed. He says, I never cringed nor did he weep aloud. That means only he felt little sorrow about his condition, but definitely he did not cry.
Under the bludgeonings of chance. Bludgeoning means hard hitting.
So somebody hit him hard. That is again fate. This fate hit him very hard. Of chance. Chance means again situation. My head is bloody but unbowed. Because of that I was bleeding. My head was bleeding. Here head doesn't mean the physical head here. It means that he had been suffering a lot. He was experiencing the highest pain you can say in life. But he says that he never bowed his head. Head was bleeding, but he never bowed. How powerful his willpower might have been, you can experience here. Such a powerful soul he had. Third stanza. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. Now he says that it is not only these days which are very painful to him. The fate has made him suffer a lot now. But he is expecting even worse days ahead. Looms but horror. That means horrible days are there ahead. They are looming. They are here only. They are lingering here. Anytime they might hit me. So he is expecting worse days ahead. And yet the menace of the years. Menace of the years. Years means again it is the time. Time again refers to fate. That fate has been very much unfair to the poet. It is causing menace. Menace means giving unnecessary trouble. It was troubling him and enjoying at the cost of his suffering. Finds and shall find me unafraid. That means whatever the menace it creates, whatever the problems it creates, the fate creates, that it finds only a very strong-willed person, strong-willed Henley, not the weak Henley. He would be steadfast.
Please don't forget to subscribe this channel.
Fourth stanza. It matters not how straight the gate. Gate here means gate to the heaven. You can think that for the good days. However, the strait is a narrow water body between two pieces of land. Normally, they are very narrow. That's why we call them as strait. Now here he has taken the meaning like that. That means the path of his life may be very much narrow or may be filled with chaos, but still he would move. How charged with the punishments the scroll. Punishment means sufferings. Sufferings may roll out and come one by one in the future. So he is expecting the sufferings in the form of punishments. They may come one by one. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. This couplet is very much famous in English literature. Many people quote this. Whenever somebody talks of willpower, indomitable, the spirit, they give these lines. Very famous couplet it is. I am the master of my fate. That means no fate, no external fate can defeat me. It is not possible. Now he says he is the master of his fate and he is the captain of his soul. That means nobody can drive his life. He is not going to surrender to anyone. Nobody would be the captain of the ship. That we can call it as his life. Life's ship. He would steer his own ship. He would be the captain of his ship. That is his life. He is not going to bow down to anyone. He is not going to surrender his soul to anyone. He would always face the circumstances with a willpower. Here you can see the indomitable will, invincible soul. So he is the inspiration for us. He is the model. He is an icon who suffered so much, but he never bowed. When we compare our sufferings with his sufferings, sometimes it is negligible, you can say, but still sometimes we give up. So he gives the message here not to give up in life. Struggle, struggle, tolerate and move on. That is the message given in this poem. Hope I have given you the clear picture of the poem. And if you are happy with this, please touch the like button and subscribe my channel because I need the numbers. Thank you for watching this video.